Guys, this is Amir, and today we have Dr. Uya Rosati, the most famous infertility specialist in Hyderabad. So today we are here to discuss about IVF, the side effects, and complete process about it. So a lot of questions I have planned up. So let's start the video.
So the first question which you have just put it actually is a nice question, and it's most of the patients they ask us when they can do the pregnancy test after starting the treatment and completion of the IVF. The standard protocol, which is a guidelines internationally and also as per our Indian Society, FIGO and the FOXI and the Royal College, is once the embryo transfer is being done, after 10 days we have to do the blood test. And if the blood test it shows 100 of the international unit of the HCG, beta HCG. Beta HCG is indication that yes, it is the beginning of the success. And then we have to follow up the beta HCG level to see the raise. And exactly after that 10 days means ET plus 10 days beta HCG plus another 1 week to see the gestational ring. After 1 week of the beta ECG, which is 100, once we see the gestational ring, at that time beta ECG should be 1000 level, 1000 to 1200. That is the Goldstein criteria. And then again after 1 week we have to wait to see the yolk sac, and after 1 week to see the fetal heart. This is the sequence where we should follow up for every case of an IVF.
This is how the clinic looks like, MHRT. So very well furnished and very hygienic rooms, clean and hygienic. So doctor, like what lifestyle do people the patient needs to change before starting the IVF process?
The most important thing what you talk about the lifestyle, I'm sure you mean obesity and the extra weight gain. It is advisable to fill out the extra weight, and they should be on the weight loss at least 3 to 6 months, and losing few kg, maybe about 5 to 6 kg up to 10 kg. It helps a lot because the quality of the oocyte improve, quality of the embryo improve, embryo implantation improve, and the whole procedure become easy. Even for putting the embryo and the transferring the embryo and aspiration of the oocyte is so difficult in obese woman because the mental fat and the very basically obesity is always interfere even mechanically and technically for ourselves as IVF specialist. So it is always advisable to lose weight loss and healthy diet, of course high fiber diet, and green leafy vegetable is advisable instead of the fatty and the extra calorie. It's much more advisable.
What about smoking and drinking? People who do smoke.
Smoking and drinking also to be reduced, or sometimes because our Indian ladies they don't smoke. Maybe upper class they do have the smoking habit, but then it is advisable to stop that.
Okay. So what is the difference between the risk factors in a normal pregnancy and a pregnancy through IVF? So is there a high risk factor or?
Yeah, you mean to say that perhaps she get conceived? Are we including her in a low risk category or high risk category? Well, because our patient in Asia and also in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, especially in India, they have money to do IVF for 1 cycle or 2 cycle. So we consider pregnancy success after IVF very, very precious pregnancy. So although they are not high risk, but still we consider them precious pregnancy. So we treat them like a high risk pregnancy.
Okay.
We give them much care. We monitor their weight gain, monitor their BP. Everything is being carefully monitored.
Okay. So doctor, what is the age limit for women for IVF
As per the international standard, to using her own self egg up to age 36, 37 years. Because after age 36, 37 years, the ovaries are being depleted of the follicles. And if we are going to use the self follicle and self oocyte, doing a IVF, then we are not only facing with the low AMH and low retrieval of the oocyte and egg number, quantity, quality of the oocyte is reduced, we will face the aneuploidy problem in embryo and chromosomal aberration and problem like Down syndrome and aneuploidy is common at age of the 40 years and above. So we should be careful, and therefore if patients are willing, we give them counseling about egg donation or site donation after age 37 to 40 years.
Okay. So, doctor, any side effects with the treatment of IVF, like hair fall or weight gain or something like that?
It's not that. It's not. These are other misconceptions, but the complications are like OHSS. Supposing patient with a PCO, we face that is a well-known and well-recognized complication is their OHSS, where we have to be very careful. Ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, where the number of the follicles it will cross more than 20, sometimes more than 30, 40. So the E2 will raise, and in this condition normally we have to cancel the cycle. Of course, after taking out the oocyte and doing a procedure, completing the procedure of the ICSI, and we freeze the embryo, and next after 2, 3 months or 4 months, once the OHSS disappear under the HRT cycle, we transfer the frozen thaw embryos.
Okay. So, like bed rest, generally normal pregnancy.
In US and in Europe, they don't give much of the advice about the bed rest, but here in India, yes, we do advise them to go for a bed rest.
Okay. So, doctor, generally IVF process, how long? If
It depends on the what protocol we are using. Currently existing protocol what we are using, it is basically the antagonist protocol, where it takes about 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. What are the factors that lead to IVF? People that states when they have to go to IVF, what are the factors?
What are the indications?
Yeah.
There are the indication which is related to husband, male factor, oligospermia, azoospermia, or sexual dysfunction in husband if they are not able to produce semen, or if they are having azoospermia problem, or their count is very low, below 14-15 million, or if she has got a ovulation problem, PCO problem, which is not being successful by other treatment like IUI and laparoscopy, or if she has endometriosis from the type of a grade 2, grade 3 and severe endometriosis, or if she has got a uterus with the Asherman syndrome, or if she has got an unexplained infertility. These are the various factors which we consider, and we give them counseling to prepare them for the ART and IVF.
Okay. So which IVF treatment are we using?
That is at ICSI, we are doing an intracytoplasmic sperm injection, where we use this, these are the things you can see, the type of a needle which we use. You can see the thickness of the needle is less than thickness of the hair.
Okay.
So this is basically is being pioneered and adopted for a patient with a male infertility, where about 10, 15 years ago, there was no option for the male infertile who are having no sperm and azoospermia to go for a donor. But now, because of the advent of the ICSI, these men can be the father of their own offspring.
Okay.
We can do ICSI with the excellent success of the 70-80%. Sometimes, we have 70-80% means the cumulative success rate.
Okay.
And taking home baby rate is about 30 to 40.
30 to 40.
Because the technique has been advanced so much.
Yeah. So we can design the baby like we want, like the.
Having the laser hatching also, of course, today is going to be installed.
Okay.
It's every day by day. But the type of incubator also is being changed.
Okay.
We are using, before that we used to do the bulky, the
Okay.
incubator, CO2 incubator. Now Trigas is the one which is now latest. Mink we are using. Every day we have to keep on changing.
Yeah.
It's not only the 1 day process.
So is it true, we can design the baby's color, the height,
No.
features?
These designer babies are not allowed in our
Country. Okay.
Not allowed.